Hello guys, TRGT here with another video, and I kind of hope that I didn't have to make this video on the subject so soon, but hey, that's just the way it is. Like I said in other videos, besides raiding Mythic 2 days a week and getting my weekly plus 10 Mythic chest for my Warrior and Warlock, I'm not doing much else in WoW. On top of that, most of the players that I played with and friends in the beginning of BFA, they all stopped playing or took a break. And because of that, I'm also on the verge, or was on the verge, of taking a break up until patch 8.1. But I just love playing World of Warcraft, and all I really want is for Blizzard to make good changes in the future patches and succeed in making the best version of BFA. I'm kind of drifting away here, but in the video, I'm gonna give my top 7 of the things that I do to keep WoW interesting while we wait for patch 8.1, which will be released and live on the servers on the 11th of December or 12th of December, depending on where you live in the world. In short, this means that we will still have to wait for over a month to get our hands on some new content. So here is my top 7 in no particular order of the things I do to keep World of Warcraft interesting. Starting with number 1, play the other faction. BFA has a lot of flaws, but the storytelling through questing is amazing this expansion and something Blizzard can be proud of. Therefore, I really emphasize to check out the storyline from the other faction on either Zandalar or Kultiras, depending on whether you're Horde or Alliance. Now you might think like, why would I do that? It's a faction war. I'm not going to play both sides, and of course you might be right, but I do think that just finishing the storyline from the other faction does give you a better perspective of what's really going on story-wise in BFA, and I promise that it will be well worth your while. We're all waiting for patch 8.1, and now is the ideal time to do stuff like, for example, checking out the storyline from the other faction. On top of that, checking out the Horde side will give you more of an insight on what's happening with one zombie for the next raid, and the Alliance side will give you more information on everything that is coming with Queen Azshara, the new Narjatar zone, raid, and Mechanor in patch 8.2. Okay, for number 2, play other classes. BFA is in my books probably one of the most alt-friendly expansions yet, mainly thanks to the fact that besides leveling up your neck, there's not really much going on in terms of progression. I know that the gameplay is far from ideal in BFA with lackluster traits and the horrible GCD changes, but like I said, this is the ideal time to try out different classes, and hey, just maybe you really like playing another class. I know some people will not let go of their main, that one class that they've been playing since they started WoW, but sometimes change is a good thing, but not the GCD changes. All I'm saying is that if you want to keep playing BFA and you're bored, then I strongly advise you to check out other classes and give them a fair chance. I'm pretty sure that between the different 11 classes, there will be one that will be fun, interesting, and will appeal to your playstyle. Moving on to number 3, try out a different role. If you have been a DPS every expansion, or you've been a tank or a healer, then maybe playing a different role can spice up WoW for you. For me personally, I've always more or less fulfilled a DPS role, and I've only tanked a couple of times during some expansions, but it was never my main focus. For example, I don't like tanking raids, but I do really love tanking Mythic Plus. Because on a Mythic Plus as a tank, you can dictate the pace of the dungeon. On top of that, you can do a fair amount of damage as well, and at the same time, you also need a lot of knowledge about the dungeon. I really think that it's a good thing that you get out of your comfort zone and take up healing, tanking, or DPSing. Who knows, maybe at the end of the day, you really like playing another role. Okay, number 4, try out PvP. Honestly, PvP in Battle for Azeroth is actually really good, and I do feel like people who exclusively play the PvE side of the game are missing out. Legion PvP wasn't that great, but BFA PvP is far better. So yeah, I really recommend checking that one out. Little joke on the side, the only place where the GCD change actually makes sense is in a PvP scenario. So if you don't like the GCD changes and still want to play WoW, then go check out the PvP side of Battle for Azeroth. Number 5, getting your alts to level 110. Like I said, to my knowledge, BFA is probably one of the most alt-friendly expansions yet, and with the incursions coming in patch 8.1, there's never been a better reason to try and get some of those alts to level 110, so you can power level them to level 120 by doing insertions when patch 8.1 hits the servers. I know your pain, guys. I currently have 5 maxed out level 120 characters, and I can go through leveling another alt from level 110 to 120. I just literally can't, and because of that, all of my alts besides 2 or 3 classes are sitting there at level 110, waiting to get boosted by the new BFA incursions, which is just the same as the invasions from back in Legion. All I'm currently still doing is trying to get those 2-3 classes to level 110 before patch 8.1 hits the servers. I got some high level tunes on other servers, but I'm not paying Blizzard for a realm transfer. I know some of you might think the same way. Number 6, allied races and heritage armor. Don't shoot me for saying this, but if you really have nothing else to do in WoW, you can still level a fresh new Magar Orc or any of the other new races. Currently I'm leveling a Magar Monk. The heritage armor isn't mind-blowing, but it's again something I can do, and a Monk class is a class that I didn't have on max level yet on my current server. But like most of you Horde players, I still have one class reserved for the Zandalari race. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that much into allied races, but I do hope that during BlizzCon we finally get some more info on when we're getting the Zandalari race, and hopefully the heritage armor for the Zandalari do look amazing. And I saw the BlizzCon, it looks amazing, and we're getting Zandalaris very soon. Number 7 is probably the best option and my favorite one. Play other games. If you got a few bucks to spare or you still need to play some other games from your Steam library, then by all means go and play them, while there's nothing else to do in WoW. The upcoming 4 to 5 weeks are probably the best time to check out all of the new games. Red Dead Redemption 2 just got released, and that game is freaking amazing. The RPG elements in Red Dead Redemption are even better than the ones we currently have in WoW. Like I said, I'm currently playing games like Resident Evil Biohazard, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, and many more. Just games that I didn't really have the time to play because I was too busy playing WoW. But if you're bored with BFA, then believe me, not playing WoW and playing other video games can be a really good thing. It's completely fine to not log in and play WoW every day, especially if you're bored with WoW or, like so many others, you're waiting for patch 8.1. Personally, I'm happy that I got the time to play all of these amazing other games while I'm waiting for information about the future and what we can expect about future patches for Battle for Azeroth. And of course, I will make content and videos on all of the information we will be getting during BlizzCon, which is this weekend. And that's again all for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are bored with WoW or not, and what you're doing to make WoW less boring. Like this video if you liked it, and of course be sure to subscribe to the channel for more WoW content. I also stream on Twitch every day, so be sure to follow me on Twitch for live streaming, and my social media links are also in the description. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.